Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is April and you're welcome to the part 2 of a video that I have already done. That's a story time, basically talking about 2 customer experiences that I have had in Ghana. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, you can find the link to this video in the description box down below, or you can just proceed to watch this video as well because this story is a different one from the one in my part 1. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you like the kind of content that you can see on my channel page, then subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get into this video. This video has to do with my nails. And those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, you would have already seen a post which was sort of directed at this particular experience that I've had. So if you don't follow me at Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at April Nutakor. I just recently got a Twitter account, so I mean I'm quite fresh, but I am quite a bit active there. This experience has to do with my nails, and I am not really a doing the nails kind of girl. So I do like going to paint my nails, but I don't do acrylics, so I don't do fake nails. I just use my own natural nails. These are my natural nails. Lots of people have been asking me whether or not these are my natural nails. They are my natural nails, and I've done acrylics only once in my life, and I'm not going to be doing them again. This experience happened to me just recently, so maybe about a bit more than a week ago, and it concerns this nail salon which is heavily advertised on Instagram. Very much so. So the marketing is just so good. Their branding is that they are non-toxic, that they only do natural, and like I've already said, I'm not really an acrylic kind of girl, so I prefer natural nails. So this place really appealed to me. I like the pictures that they posted on Instagram. I'm interested in marketing, so I thought that their marketing strategies were very good, very interesting. Their branding was on point. The kind of facilities and the kind of nails, their customers' nails that they showed on Instagram was very appealing, and that's why I decided to try out this place. Now, on their Instagram, they made it clear that they operate on appointments only. That is very strict. That they observe COVID-19 protocols. What? Basically, they made it seem like the system is very strict. And you make an appointment online. If you come late, there is a penalty. If you don't show up, there is a penalty. If you cancel, there is a penalty. That kind of system. And I was okay with all of that. I don't mind that kind of system. So I basically made an appointment for a particular kind of manicure with polish at the cost of 50 cedis. That's what the procedure was meant to cost. And I made the appointments for around 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm not sure if it was 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. I can't really remember exactly. But the point was, it was early in the morning. And when I was making the appointments on their website, I saw that there were appointment times for earlier times, so like around 8 a.m. thereabouts. So I assumed naturally that the salon opened earlier than 9 a.m. So I thought, okay, if I go there, you know, they should already be working more or less normally, right? And I'm not the kind of person who is late. I usually come on time, and if I can't make it to a particular place on time, I always inform the people beforehand. So in this case, I was on time as well. I came there about 5 minutes before my appointment time. And the minute that I came, I realized that, like, no, this place is not up to the standard that I thought it would be based on how they advertised it on Instagram. So when I even came, it seemed like they hadn't even properly started work yet, even though it was quite late. Like, the place was just a mess, not in terms of dirt or, you know, things being about, although even in terms of that, it didn't look very neat. It didn't look, you know, fresh and all of those things, like the way they made it seem on Instagram. The nail technicians were just all over the place, as if they hadn't yet properly started work, even though there was already one lady there who was doing her nails when I came. She was already there. She was the only one who was being attended to, and then I was like the second customer for the day, I suppose. And of course, no observance of COVID-19 protocols, which shocked me, especially since this is a place where they do nails, and the nail technician is going to touch my hands and I'm going to touch her hands. There was no place for me to wash my hands when I came. No one sanitized me. I was wearing a mask, thank God, but not all of them were, which again shocked me considering the kind of standard that this place makes itself out to be. Anyway, I was just like, okay, whatever, let me just see how things are going to go. So I enter the place and I go to the lady. There's a desk lady and then there are the nail technicians. So I go to the lady at the desk and she looks more or less more prepared than the nail technicians who were just all over the place. So I go up to her, I say good morning, the usual. She was like, good morning, why are you here? And I explained to her that I made an appointment for this and this time. And again, this kind of behavior as if they didn't expect me to come. Like, I made this appointment some days before the actual appointment, so it wasn't the day before, it wasn't a last minute appointment. And the kind of behavior that I meet is as if they don't do appointments, or as if the appointment system is very rare. You understand? Like, it's very rarely that people do appointments. So it's like she was confused, like, hey, this person has come for appointments, and she asked my name and stuff, and thank goodness she found me in the system. So everything was okay with that. And in the system, it specifically stated my name and the kind of appointment that I was coming for. So she clarified for me. She was like, why are you here? And I told her, it was a particular kind of manicure. They have different kinds of manicures. So this was a particular kind of manicure with polish, okay, with polish. And she was like, okay, sure. And then she called one lady, one of the nail technicians, and she told her what it was that I was coming to do. And the behavior of the woman was as if like, hey, what kind of manicure is that? Like, her first reaction was like, like, manicure, what? Because it was a specific kind of manicure. I don't want to mention the name of the manicure so that you guys, don't figure out the place. But basically, this place is quite a high-class place, located at airport, so even the area is quite posh, just to be clear. The lady was just confused, and then the desk lady or somebody else, I can't remember exactly who, had to explain to her what this manicure consisted of. But even that's like, it didn't seem like it was certain. It's like they didn't know what kind of appointments they have online, like what services they provide online. I mean, they didn't know what services were available online and what those services translated into practice. Like, they were just confused basically, and finally they were able to figure it out. And just to make this clear, I came on time, but they wasted their own time by clarification of services, blah blah blah. Like, they were wasting their own time, and they made it seem from the internet that they were so time conscious and so, those things. So I was like, okay, already from the get-go, I can see that this attitude is not like the best, okay? But anyway, she proceeds to do my nails for me and all that. And just to make it clear, this was my first time at this place. I had never been there before. I personally don't know anybody who has been there before, so I literally just got them off of Instagram, and that is what I was going by. I was going by what I saw on Instagram and what was on their website. And of course, I had read about their service on their website, but I didn't have the specific details of how the service was going to be like in my head. Like, I had never had the service done for me before, and I did read on it about 3 days beforehand when I was choosing what I wanted to do at the salon. So yeah, I couldn't check whether or not the nail technician was doing the correct thing because I don't really know what exactly she's supposed to do. I expect her to know because she works there. But anyway, she was doing the thing for me, so I was keeping quiet there, like, okay, cool. And I was paying attention to the equipment that they used and the drawers and all of these things, and honestly, they looked old, they didn't look very well taken care of. I wouldn't say dirty per se, but like, it was just a mess. Even the tools that they used, the nail tools that they used, like the files and all of those things, like, it didn't look properly sanitized considering COVID and all of that. Like, I have already started the service, so at this point I can't say, okay, I'm going to leave. And sometimes I also don't want to be rude, so I was just sitting there like, oh my goodness, okay, I hope I'm not going to get HIV or something else from this place. I mean, I'm exaggerating here, of course, but I'm just saying that the place didn't look as sanitary or as fresh and clean and nice as it looked on Instagram. So I mean, she does the thing for me, and then when it's time for her to put the polish for me, she puts the gel polish. So there is a difference. For those who don't know, there is gel polish and there is normal nail polish. Normal nail polish is the standard nail polish that most people know, and then the gel polish is the one that lasts longer, and it is secured on the nail with the help of like a UV lamp thing. So you put your fingers into this UV lamp, which secures the nail polish on your nails, and this is what it looks like. It has this kind of effect. It makes your nails look like they are fake even though they are real. So it's kind of a good polish. It lasts for much longer than normal nail polish. It's sturdy. So yeah, that's what she applied for me. And let me just make this clear. When I was applying online for the service, okay, like I said, I didn't know exactly what the service consisted of. All I knew was what was just written online. I was going based off just the name of the service and the cost which was associated with it. She didn't ask me if I wanted normal nail polish or gel nail polish. She didn't ask me. She just proceeded to do whatever it is that she was doing. And I was acting under the assumption that she knew the appointments that I came for, so she was going based on the appointments, which is what is usually supposed to happen when you are going somewhere on appointment. And the appointment is recorded online, you understand? So, I mean, she did the thing for me. It's not bad. I actually like how it turned out. It turned out cool. I like it. It looks good. And whilst we were doing, just to bring in a bit of something else, while she was doing my nails for me, there was this other lady in the salon who, I don't know if she was a manager. She wasn't a nail technician and she wasn't a desk lady. It looked like she was of a higher rank than those people. Something like a manager of that sort. She came up to me, you know, whilst I was doing my nails. So she came up to me and then she was asking me if I am somebody else. She mentioned a name. I don't remember the exact name of the person, but let me just use the name Aliyah. She was like, oh my god, are you Aliyah? Like, you are Aliyah? And I was confused because I don't know, like, is it that they were expecting somebody in particular? Like, I was not the person, and I was confused as to why she was asking me if I was that person. So I was like, no, I'm not Aliyah. And then she was like, oh, and she looked legit disappointed, guys. Like, she had this disappointed look on her face, and then she was like, oh, okay, sorry. And then she just went away, and I was like, okay, like, okay, fine. Then whilst I continue doing my nails, guess who comes into the salon? Of course it is Aliyah. And this Aliyah person is actually quite an older woman, so she would be maybe in her 40s, late 30s. She was black, but apparently she lived in Switzerland, like she was Swiss or whatever. And this manager lady woman who came up to me before proceeded to kiss this Aliyah woman's ass literally in front of me. Okay, not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, she was like, oh yes, you are Aliyah. Oh yes, hello. How was the trip here? Oh, how was everything? Oh, we're so happy to see you. Oh, come in. Yes, of course, come in. Would you like some tea? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some juice? We've got everything here. And just to be clear, nobody had asked me. I came before this Aliyah woman. Nobody had asked me if I wanted tea or coffee or anything. Nobody had, you know, been extra nice to me or whatever. And again, I don't know who this Aliyah woman is. I don't know, maybe she was referred there or something. I don't know. And even if she was, I don't see why you have to be behaving like that and not behaving like that to other customers. To me, everybody should be treated the same. Otherwise, they are going to think that something else is going on here. Do you feel me? Like, it's weird, you understand? And of course, it's different when there is a consistent customer. So then there can be some small talk, or, you know, like, how is your husband or how is your child? That's normal small talk when the customer is a returning customer or you personally know the person. But in this case, it was clear that she didn't know this Aliyah woman personally, and this was the first time she was meeting her. But apparently she already had some kind of reputation or whatever. So anyway, after she brought this Aliyah woman some coffee or tea or whatever, then she was passing by me and she was like, oh, that nail color is so nice. Like, oh, sweetie, oh, I'm so sorry. Would you like some tea? So now I think she started feeling uncomfortable because in front of my face, she was licking that woman's ass. So then she asked me if I wanted some tea or coffee or whatever. And I was like, no, thank you. It's okay. And anyway, I finished my service, and so I was going to pay and all of that. I had to go to the lady, the desk lady, to pay, and she was like, yes, that would be also, that would be 90 cedis, please. Excuse me? 90 cedis. 90 cedis when my appointment was for a 50 cedi service. That's first of all. And secondly, what's the kind of service that I was given was not even up to even the 50 cedis. Honestly, it pained me that I was coming to pay 50 cedis. She told me 90 cedis. What? So I was like, I'm sorry, the appointment that I made was for 50 cedis, so can you please explain to me why it's now 90 cedis? And she was like, oh, you did a gel nail polish instead of the normal nail polish. And I was like, I wasn't asked if I wanted the normal or the gel nail polish, and I was assuming that I was going to get whatever it is that I asked for online, whatever it is that I made an appointment for online. So I'm sorry, but nobody clarified to me that, oh, we are doing gel nail polish, this is 90 Cs, and nobody asked me if that's what I wanted either. And she was like, oh yes, we are so sorry. And just to make it clear, this nail salon doesn't accept cash. They only accept mobile money or an online payments, like payments by card or a mobile banking app or something of this nature. So I was going to pay by card, and I knew this beforehand. This was not a problem for me. I knew it beforehand because they indicated on their website that they only accept card, mobile money, or an online banking service payment. So I was aware of that. She apologizes to me, okay? And I thought that, okay, after the apology, they are going to charge me 50 cedis, which is what I was due to pay. They inputted in the banking thingy where you put your card, they inputted 90 cedis. So after the apologies and all of those things, they just put in the 90 cedis for me to pay, and that's the money that they took from me. And I was like, you know, this is kind of an inconvenience for me because this is not what I budgeted for. And they were like, oh yes, we are so sorry. And that was the end of it. That was just the end of it. Just a flimsy apology, and that is it. Apart from the fact that it is kind of painful that you are getting scammed because you feel like it is unfair, you are also paying money which you didn't expect to pay, and also money which you might not have. What if I didn't have this amount of money on my card? You understand? Okay, it just so happened that I did have enough money for this service on my card. But my point is just that you don't treat people this way. And I don't know if it is because of how I look, or if it is because this is what they always do to their customers, and if that is what they do, then that is absolutely atrocious. And like I already mentioned in the part 1 of this video, if you do something like that and the customer doesn't notice, I mean, God be with you. Let me just put it that way. What's done is done. The customer didn't notice, and you just move on with your life. But if the customer does notice that whatever you did was not the right thing, you have to take responsibility for your actions and not put the burden on the customer. That is wrong. And I mean, this is a whole experience, how they were behaving towards me, how they showed their unpreparedness, the fact that there were no COVID-19 protocols put in place, despite whatever it is that they said on their Instagram, the state of the place, the equipment that they use, the attitude of the nail technician. And then, of course, after all of this, I'm also overcharged on top of it. But I really had to leave. I had somewhere to go right after, and like I said, they wasted the time a bit, and also the length of the service was longer than what was indicated online. Online, they specifically stated on their website how long the service is supposed to last, and it lasted longer than that. So I was kind of in a rush. I wanted to leave, and also I didn't like this kind of fake atmosphere in their salon where, oh my god, Miss Aliyah woman is being served whatever her heart desires there. And honestly, you are treating somebody else from Switzerland better than me because she naturally might pay you more and might tip you and all of that, whatever, and at the same time you're still overcharging me. Gosh, like, this just sucks. Honestly, this really sucks. So I just paid the money. I really had to leave. I didn't want to be there anymore. I had somewhere else to go, so I left, and that was just the end of it. And of course, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What do you think of my experience? Have you ever experienced something like this before? Maybe someone you know has experienced something like this before. What do you think of the general state of customer experience in Ghana, or specifically in Accra? Yeah, let's get active in the comment section. I would really like to read what you guys will say in the comments, so definitely leave a comment. And I also hope to see you guys in my next videos, because I'm going to be releasing a lot more content, hopefully good enough content for you guys. So yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye.